How's it going, everyone? Hope y'all been having a really good day so far. My name is Ward, and welcome back to Sigmas and Gamers. And today, it looks like the System Shock remake will be coming in 2022, and and of course, not only that, but it also has 15 new screenshots to actually look at. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this. As long as gets something out of my throat, of course. So the article starts out saying that the System Shock remake we have all been patiently waiting for will arrive in 2022 by way of partnership between Night Dive Studios and Prime Matter, a division of Koch Media. I guess I mispronounced it, but that formed last year. Here's the yada 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 that formed last year. So to commemorate the deal, Night Dive has dropped more than a dozen of new screens showcasing the dimly lit horrors of Shodan's first adventure. And of course, little fun fact: Shodan is actually the main antagonist of System Shock, by the way, for those who are kind of like new to the series. So this is Night Dive's first external publishing deal, and it represents, in quotes, an important step in the growth of Night Dive Studios. As Stephen Kick said, it allows us to offer System Shock to fans all over the world, both in digital and physical goods formats, as well as fully honor our commitments to our fans and, in particular, to our thousands of supporters on Kickstarter, without whom this game would have never been possible. And I guess I'm not speaking correctly today. So originally released in 1994, System Shock is an early immersive sim that tells the tale of a rogue space station AI in the year 2072, which was moderately successful, spawning a 1999 sequel, which is actually the author's one of the favorite games of all time of this author of this article, of course, and one of the most memorable villains in video games, the Mad Machine Gun Shodan. Our weekend editor Jody described the Shodan reveal in System Shock 2 as one of the great moments in PC gaming a few years ago, and he is not wrong. Terry Brocious, the original voice of Shodan, is returning for the remake, and Night Dive says that it has worked closely with the other members of the original System Shock development team as well. I promised screens, and here are the screens. Click the icon on the bottom right corner to see the full size. So it looks like that's them right here. Saying, okay, looks like we got a little Halo Infinite video playing right there. Of course, I gotta say, Halo Infinite is definitely an awesome game, in which I recommend checking out if you haven't already. So, but I digress. Let's go ahead and get right into the screenshots. So let's just go ahead and. Okay, I gotta say, Leo, this actually looks pretty nice. Nice so far, like the lighting and the appearance of the robot and the way the light is shining off of it, and we got a little bit of electricity going on, red electricity. This game's gonna look fun, and also some little gameplay screenshots right here with the hacker / programmer that you play as. Basically, the nameless hacker and programmer that you play as in the game, and just seeing this from his first person point of view, which I gotta say looks a lot more modern in comparison to like the original, to where like the original might seem a little bit outdated, but like safe to say that this actually is a really good modern take on this, I gotta say. And also really nice screenshot of him actually just like fighting one of the robots also that are being controlled by Shodan, and also a little guy right here might be one of the zombies they used to come across those in the original game. So it says beta. And saying, okay, really cool stuff. Okay, looks like I got himself a little bit of some kind of energy sword. Well, I know it is some kind of sword that you use in the game, like in the original game, but I cannot wait to see how you actually try it out in the remake. And say another screenshot, and there's a lot bit of graphic stuff, and then it looks like I got a little chandelier right here, but I'm not sure if that's kind of a chandelier or not. But you feel free to correct me if I'm wrong and all that stuff. But I gotta say, these are really nice settings, and it actually does kind of like recapture the original image, the original vision that System Shock originally was supposed to have. But if you actually played the original game, it didn't seem to look that scary. Well, it doesn't look that scary in today's standards in terms of in terms of its visuals and graphics and all that. But this take right here, this actually does lay out the BioShock vibes right there, like as if you're playing BioShock in space. And of course, a little fun fact, actually like seeing an actual BioShock game that takes place somewhere in outer space, like at least probably like on the moon. That's not what I actually want to see happen in the future of the BioShock series. depending when we're gonna get a new Bioshock, probably in the next 10 to 20 years, where that's gonna happen, because it has been quite a while since we actually saw a new Bioshock since 2014. Well, technically 2013, but then they kind of added the last DLC in 2014 for Bioshock Infinite and so on. And I gotta say, really nice screenshot. That's really cool right there. Can I actually cannot wait to explore these kind of areas of this System Shock right here. Just check it out at the space station near Saturn, and really cool stuff. Like this really gives me a lot of old school Halo and Doom vibes, and really awesome stuff. And also got the little bit of a Hardlight bridge, and another, like a little some giant robot coming through one of the hallways that you'll see in the game. And oh yeah, that looks pretty awesome. And I guess this might be one of the shotguns that you use in the game. And just like a little, I actually like to do like a little display of like how much ammunition you have on the weapons. Like that's like one of the things I always like about a lot of sci-fi games, to where they actually kind of display how much ammunition you have in like one of those futuristic guns. And that's like one of the things I always loved ever since way back in the Halo days, with just looking at the AR and VR. Okay, look, it looks like another version of the shotgun, and some kind of little engine room or something like that. And I think this must be actually one of the little simulations that you play in, like actually go into the Matrix thing, aim to where you actually go right into the computer and try to solve these puzzles and just going through these mazes and just doing all these hackings and all that. I gotta say, it was pretty awesome in the original, and just seeing this little modern take to it. Can't wait to see how that's actually going to play out in the future. And I think that's it, guys. And so without any further ado, so screenshots tell very little of the tale when it comes to any game, but these really seem to nail the look of the original System Shock, a gloomy industrial cyber tale of corporate greed, and the unpleasantness that inevitably results. It's not the most sophisticated narrative ever, and in my attempt to replay the original a few years ago did not go well. The mechanics and UI have not aged well. Yeah, which I can definitely agree for those who are more focused into modern gaming, not really that big into retro gaming. Safe to say that the original System Shock may be very difficult for new gamers to actually get into, due to how overcomplicated the mechanics are and so on. But I'm really looking forward to the Night Dive's take on the modernization. If it can restore accessibility while recapturing what makes the original so great, it should be a lot of fun. And I gotta agree. And so that's gonna be it for today's video. And I gotta say, it's kind of tough, kind of hard that the System Shock remake is gonna be delayed till 2022. That based on what I originally saw on Steam, it was supposed to release sometime this last summer, but looks like it's gonna have to take a little while for that actually to happen. But overall, as someone who actually loves the Bioshock series and loves science fiction and first-person shooters, and especially System Shock, and actually enjoyed the original System Shock, and even though I definitely gotta try out the second System Shock when I can, whenever I get the chance, I will definitely check it out at some point. But I'm kind of like getting a little swamped right now, but there's really cool stuff. And so, therefore, really excited stuff. Cannot wait to play it. And if you found this video to be helpful and informative as always, then be sure to drop a like as always, and so on. And subscribe for more content like this, and hit the bell to be notified when my next video is going to drop. And you have your own thoughts or opinions based on the recent news of System Shock being delayed to 2022, then go ahead and sign off in the comment section below and get a discussion going. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, we will catch you all in the next one.